Good morning. So we're going to get into who's capping now. Who's capping is who's been lying to us, who's been spinning us, who's been BSing us, and it seems like they've been lying to us for years now. Frederick Douglass said in 1865, slavery is not abolished until the black man has the ballot. Now I'm going to say that again. Slavery is not abolished until the black man has the ballot. Now, Martin marched for this. Our people died for this.
Preach.
President Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act in 1965, which banned literacy tests and other methods used to disenfranchise black voters. Now, we were taxed at the polls. We were harassed, locked up, beaten, all for something that we had the right to do. Now, before the passage of the Voting Rights Act, according to History.com, check this out. An estimated 23% of eligible black voters were registered nationwide by 1969. That number rose to 61%. And by the 1980s, the percentage of black voters in the South alone surpassed that in the rest of the country. So you understand now why they push that narrative that your vote doesn't count? Because we have power. And the only way to get rid of that is to divide and conquer. So Trump uses things like race, stupidity, and greed to benefit him, paying off failing artists who can't even circulate a single but can gain clout by turning against their own people. His attempt to turn races against each other is to take the attention away from his corruption. Now, his goal is to distract, if you can't see that by now, because best believe when he gets out of office, he's going to jail. But let's talk about the real battle. The battle is between the rich and the poor. And unless you make over $500,000, you are considered poor. You are not the 1%. So what times are we living in when you are met with a MAGA blockade, with the Biden tour bus, with guns are drawn and outnumbering? These people outnumbered the cops 50-1 to run the Biden tour bus out of the state. Check it out.
Running them out of Texas. It is hilarious. I'm about to run out of gas, which I'm sure some of you would love. Shh, look at that.
She's excited that they're trying to run them off the road and potentially harm whoever they think, which they're dumb enough to think that the presidential candidate would be on there. It would be ridiculous because it was literally only the bus. But it's a war going on outside. Trump is instigating this war and running from it. Word to the fence around his crib. But what protection do we have? The police who he controls? I heard someone say the other day that he created peace in the Middle East. Well, that's great, but he's pushing for a civil war in his front yard. So as long as taxes are low for him and his rich thieving-ass friends and he stays in office, he doesn't care what anybody else is going through. Now, the other day, the police pepper sprayed a crowd in North Carolina at a polling place for an event called I Am Change. Now, this was a march that was set to honor black Americans who were killed at the hands of police. Now, a friend of the show, attorney Ben Crump, he was there to speak. And unfortunately, there was a lot of people injured after the police went out there and pepper sprayed everybody when this was a peaceful event. I'm just confused at why we're getting pushback from doing what we have the right to do. Why is there an issue when you want to vote and go for who you're going for? Why is Trump gearing up for violence instead of calming these people down? I don't understand any of that, but I'll tell you this much. I understand that he needs to get up out of there, and we need to be the people to do it. We have the power. Go out and vote. It's not too late. Today is the last day. You go out there. I don't care how long we got to stand in line. I don't care what we go through. We are going through something way worse these past 4 years. We've been complaining every day, and now is the time to make those change those complaints into some action, y'all. Get outside. Go vote. Bring a friend. Bring your boyfriend. Bring whoever. Do what you got to do. I'm L'Oreal. That's who's capping. Please, please, please do not waste your voice. Do not waste what all our people went through, the fighting, the marching, the everything. Do not be disrespectful to the people that fought for you and for your rights. I'm L'Oreal. That's who's capping. Follow me at Star and L'Oreal, L'Oreal, or at Morning Hustle Show.
We are the Morning Hustle.